Hello everybody, it's Stippling Sunday, or Sunday Stippling, and I'm hard at work at this page. Now, I know what you're going to say. It doesn't look like I did much work on this page from yesterday's video. That is because I was working on this page, a panel up here. You can't see that panel because I blocked it off, and the reason why I blocked it off is because it's got a reveal to the book that I don't want people to see yet. You get a hint of what that reveal is in the ash can of Scat Investigators. But for now, that is all you get. Is just if you buy the ash can, which you can contact me and I'll make it available for you to buy. It's $5 for the book and $5 for shipping. So. But you will get a hint of what is one of the reveals in Scat Investigators by buying the ash can. Like I said, it's not obvious, it's a hint, an implied hint. So, but I was working on that yesterday, and not because if I worked on this panel, it'd be almost done. And so that's the reason why I did not work on this page yesterday. Now, I'm going to do a continuation of yesterday's rant on David Barach, who is he is the president of Crowdfunder. Okay. Now, the big thing about this is not the fact that he's gatekeeping and he kicked Mike Barron off the platform. Now, the reason why we're primarily reacting so vivaciously towards what he did was because he reached out to Amanda B. when Amanda B. posted a tweet on Twitter, a comment about it. And the thing is, she didn't even hashtag or anything. It came up on his algorithm, and he reached out to her and was like, "Hey, let me know. We'll glad to talk to you about the platform, this, that, and the other thing." He also was in contact with Michael Bancroft. Okay, now these are two proud comic skaters. Okay, so he's all like, "Oh, we're not going to do business with Comicsgate, and they're a bad group, and this and that thing." Dude, you were reaching out to us first. We never reached out to you. Okay, so fuck you. Okay, now Shane and I are in the same mindset. Because Shane, I think it was about 5 o'clock on Saturday. He did a review of both videos. And Shane and I are the exact same mindset. Our talking points were almost identical to each other. In fact, when we did the chat last night, the joke that we had was, did Shane Davis steal our show notes? And I was like, tell me about it. I mean, almost every single thing that I said, or that of my opinion when I was EFAPing it myself before the show, and I did it yesterday morning, even before I did the Saturday video. All of the comments that I was saying were almost line for line identical to Shane's. Okay. Now the big thing about what Danger Vanessa brought to the table is that Crowdfunder is a company out of Canada, and it's not an American company. It is a company from Canada, and so they have to abide by a different set of rules. The big thing she pointed out was, remember, during all the protests against Trudeau, what did he do? He started seizing bank accounts and blocking people from having access to their bank accounts, because a lot of these people who were protesting were getting money from different fundraising sites. Okay, that is wrong. Okay, but this is an American company, not Communist Canada. Okay, and Danger Vanessa was very adamant to remind us throughout the show that he, because of the country he lives in, so he might have to do things differently. The thing is, though, is that if that was the case, Davey should have approached it differently, but he didn't. Okay, one of the things they used to kick Barron off the platform was, he said, how we are comics gate, and how the word gate has a negative connotation. Well, depends how you view it. Look at what Comicsgate was, or what Watergate was. Okay, there was a scandal relating to the Nixon administration, leading to his resignation. But the thing that I look at when I look at Watergate is that the corruption and the illegal activities were exposed by two journalists, Woodward and Bernstein. Okay? And I grew up, and when you were dealing with a lot of liberal teachers, they would always, when they'd mention it, the thing that they would push is how Woodward and Bernstein were heroes in what they did, and how and you take a look at, like, in media, TVs, movies, books, always when it came to journalism and pushing to find the truth. Okay, Woodward and Bernstein were labeled as heroes under that narrative. Well, what is Comicsgate? Comicsgate did the exact same thing as Woodward and Bernstein. We were the whistleblowers. We were the ones that were very vocal about the fact that, hey, Marvel, DC, stop mucking with our characters. Okay? You don't have the right to change these characters to fit a new ideology, and that's not how they work. Okay? You don't change these characters. Okay? You build on what they are. And we were the ones telling the Marvel and DC, hey, stop putting out this crap. We're not going to be buying. And what did Comicsgate do? Did what a lot of people did. We started talking with our wallet. We stopped buying Marvel and DC comics. Marvel and DC comics are at the lowest they've ever been in sales, and I don't see how they can really recover from it, because you got to keep in mind they've been bought by big companies, and these big companies are going to look at them and go, this isn't worth the hassle. We have all these IPs. We have all these stories. We've got 80 years. By the time we're done using up all these stories, backlog of titles and characters, the genre will be dead. And we can see it right now where the genre is dying in the movies, because that's the only reason why they're using these books and characters was for the IP for the movies. Okay, and that's where I got really pissed off, is that as a lifelong fan of comics, I was accustomed to people going, oh, you like comics. But now, it's one of those where it's like, oh, comics are cool because the movies are cool. No. The movies are going to dry up. And then everybody go back to making fun of comics. Because, oh, you like comic books? Those are for kids. Okay? That's what it's going to go back to. And when it goes back to that, comic book fans are still going to be there, and the comic book fans are going to want something to read, and that's where Comicsgate's going to come in, and is going to completely replace the mainstream or legacy comic books. Okay, Superman, Batman. Okay, they're going to reach the point that they're simply pop culture hit points, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck is. So, for me, it comes down to he utilized Comicsgate to justify his actions, because they end with gate, and it's a bad word. Well, you know what? It didn't matter what we were going to name ourselves. You would still utilize that as a means to weaponize against us, to say we are bad. Why? Because we're calling you out on your bullshit. Okay? We're not eating your shit, swallowing, and go, thank you, sir, can I have some more? No, we're standing up against it, and we're speaking with our money. Okay? And Davey, I want you to think about this. Okay? You're a businessman. Okay? Take a look at Graham Nolan's campaigns. Take a look at Aaron Lopresti's, Shane Davis's, Reenie's. Okay? Look at all that money they're bringing in. And then think about how much money is being brought into Indiegogo because of that. You could have been Comicsgate's safe place, or safe space, as you put it, in the conversation. Okay? So, guess what? We're not going to go to your site. We're not going to spend our money on your site, which means you're getting jack shit from us. The only thing that's happening is we are getting content out of you. Oh, Comicsgate's attacking me. No, we're reacting to you. You dumb motherfucker. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, you're a piss poor businessman putting a bad ideology that's already proving time and time again, especially over this last year. It's showing how this ideology that you're following and you're just drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, it's not working. All this woke stuff is falling like a brick. And on top of that, they're starting to write articles about the ESG shit, and how, guess what? Nope, it's not sustainable. Don't use this money. Companies don't do this. Don't do this. You're gonna bite you in the ass. So for me, it's one of those where it's like, he is a bad businessman following a failed ideology, and like I said, we're not gonna spend our dollars on your website. So you have fun with Butt Boy trying to make money off of that, which, as you said, Comicsgate violates your terms of service, but in your terms of service it states known for pornography. But you got Butt Boys, which is pornography, and you got it on your website. Good for you, you stupid motherfucker. Now Shane Davis, he did a in-depth EFAP of both videos, and he dropped the F-bomb about as much as I am right now over a period of time, because this is so far this is about a 10-minute video, and guess what? How many times have I dropped the F-bomb? Times that by 120 minutes, and that's how many times Shane Davis had to at least use the F-bomb towards this guy. In fact, Shane Davis and myself and the other members of the chat were quite polite in our criticism of you, Davey. Now, the people in the chat during the stream, they got a little spicy. They got really spicy, and it was fun. So, what are you gonna do? Go after everybody who makes pot shots at you because you're so thin-skinned? Now, I feel that Shane Davis, when it comes to Comicsgate Kings, Shane Davis deserves a pass, and he shouldn't have to be on the show. The reason why Shane Davis shouldn't have to be on the show is because you know damn well that this is going to be a topic of conversation. Ethan's going to EFAP the whole thing, and because there's going to be at least 9 to 10 people on the show, it's going to take 4 hours to do a 20-minute video between the two. Between the two videos, it's about 20-25 minutes. Okay, it took Shane 2 hours just to do it himself. With the chat, we only did one video, and it took us an hour and a half. Okay, so you're looking at a 4 to 5 hour show with the Comicsgate Kings going over this on Monday night. So, Ethan, I think you should do 2 things. A, give Shane Davis his hall pass. He doesn't have to attend. In fact, Ethan, I am giving Shane Davis a hall pass. He doesn't need to attend Comicsgate Kings tonight. He has already EFAP'd this thing to death on his own show. So please give him a pass. Okay, give him a pass. He doesn't need to show up. Okay, he's already done his homework. He's already turned in the assignment. He doesn't need to show up. Second, I really think, Ethan, to get a full context of everything, watch at least the beginning of the chat with the information that Danger Vanessa provided when she was providing information about the Zoom call under Canadian law and under the information she provided about it being a Canadian company and the actions being taken that can happen in the Canadian country because they're communist Canada. So I would say those are two things that I hope Ethan would take in consideration before he does his e-fapping on Monday night, which he will. And I wouldn't be surprised because it's going to be such a long episode that if Ethan were to start the show around 7:30 as opposed to the normal 8 o'clock showing, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethan goes over it tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts it tonight and streams over Aaron Lepresti, robbing him of his thunder of showing off his partially completed new studio. So I would advise everybody to check out Aaron live tonight. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I gotta get used to that new start time. The last 2 weeks here, I got home, was getting, showering, having dinner, and the show had already started. I was like, son of a goddamn bitch. So I gotta readjust myself to get home in time to watch it. Miss Stippling will be very happy that I'm getting home and have a more decent time so we can eat earlier instead of eating later. So, but, hey, you roll with the punches, but the last, closing piece I have for Davey is, don't worry, calm down. It's only a week. You gave us enough content for a week now. If you keep fucking up, or if this whole thing with Mike Barron and Chris Braley, if it involves a legal matter, oh, guess what? It's going to get even worse because guess what? There are law tubers that are comic book fans. So you don't think that once there's legal documents involved that they're going to be e-fapping that and going over the legally open document for everybody to see, because you have to publicly file it, which means anybody can see it. So if anything, keep fucking up, because guess what? We'll have fun because we thank you for all the content. We're not going to spend any money on your site. You can go fuck yourself in your site, but hey, just remember, you gotta prove that we're attacking you and not criticizing you. Dumbass motherfucker. I'm gonna get back to this. Thank you. Life is very stressful, but you just take it all one day at a time.